So when I first got into American Express credit cards and the membership rewards program, I quickly became overwhelmed with all the options and perks that come along with it. Now, maybe you're feeling the same way getting into these credit cards, but when I sat down and started looking into some of the finer details and doing some research associated with them, I really found some of the better ways to utilize your points and maybe some of the other ways that you should stay away from using your points. So that's why in this video, we're going to take a step back and look at the different ways you can utilize your membership rewards points so you can start getting some online gift cards or paying your bills through the credit statements or even through travel, which is going to be the best value. Now, this video is going to give you the way to maximize your points and things that you need to stay away from and break down what's going to give you the maximum way to utilize these points without all the fluff. Now, as always, if you do get some good value from this video and you are staying up to this point, go hit that like button because it does make a big difference to the YouTube algorithm and will push it out to more people that may want to find out some more about this. And consider subscribing to get some more videos just like this. Now, the first option for redeeming your membership rewards point is going to be going through the statement credit option. Now, before we jump into that, I want to talk about my baseline rule of getting at least 1 cent per point back on what we're receiving for these membership rewards points. Now, if you look at it, looking at the different credit cards that come along with American Express, specifically talking with the Amex Gold card, if you shop at a grocery store or you're buying something like going out to eat at a restaurant, you will be receiving 4 points per dollar, which equivalates out to about 4%, which is not too bad. And so if you're utilizing the 4 points per dollar and then going onto the website, you'll be able to see how much you are getting back based on their credit amount and the points that they were requiring to cover that credit. Now, if you go onto the Amex website and look at the redeem for statement credit, unfortunately, they are going to be giving you approximately 0.6 cents per point back, which is way below that 1 cent per point threshold that we're trying to achieve. And so overall, unless there is going to be a special offer coming out where they're offering you more points per dollar back and more cash back, then I do not think that this is the best option for you. Now, as this is not the best option, I'm not going to put a lot of time into showing you exactly how to do this, but I would recommend at least looking and seeing if there is any different offers out there and then crunching the numbers to see if you are getting about a 1 cent per point redemption value. If you're curious on how to do that, what you're going to need to do is you're going to take the actual value, the actual dollar amount that you have for that particular item or that statement balance, and then you're going to divide that by how many points that Amex is requiring you to give them, and then that value will equal the cost, the cents per point redemption value. Now, the next option for membership reward points redemption is going to be through shopping through the American Express website. Now, generally speaking, this is going to give you approximately 0.5 cents per point redeemed, which is going to be below that 1 cent per point threshold that we're trying to achieve. So for example, if you're trying to take a $100 purchase through this shopping website and that particular $100 purchase is going to be about 20,000 points for redeeming, what you do is you take 100 and you divide that by 20,000, and that is going to give you the 0.5%, 5 cent per point redemption value. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that sometimes, specifically during holidays, they'll have some promotions and some offers where they're going to be offering you more points more cents per point value redemption. Specifically speaking, I saw one earlier that it gave you a 25% increase in points value if you were to use that. And even when we do that, still that only pops it up to about a 0.75% cents per point redemption value, which is not hitting that 1 cent per point redemption value that we want to achieve. Now, the next option, although I generally will say I want you to stay away from this, I was able to actually get a great deal out of this, and it's going to be through getting gift cards through the American Express website. Now, generally speaking, you're going to be getting anywhere between 0.7 cents per point or 0.85 cents per point, which is still below that 1 cent per point value that we're trying to achieve. But every once in a while, if you continually look on the Amex website, on the Amex app, you may see that there are going to be some deals or offers out there where they're offering more points redeemed than they had before. So specifically in my case, my wife and I both have the American Express Platinum card as well as a few other ones. But on the app, we saw that at Pottery Barn, they were giving an additional points percentage at that time. And so my wife was in love with this chair there, and would not typically have bought it just because they're a little bit more pricey. But because of the deal that we saw, we were able to utilize our points and apply those towards our purchase and ended up only paying about 10 to 15% of the original purchase price of that chair. And, happy wife, happy life. And so she was happy with that, and we also saved a whole bunch of money by utilizing those points. In the end, we did achieve a lot higher than a 1 cent per point redemption value. I think we were receiving anywhere between 1.8 and a 2 cent per point value just because of this offer that they were offering. So continue to be diligent with that, because that's actually how you're going to start getting above that 1 cent per point redemption value. All right, now the next option is going to be what you're going to be getting the most bang for your buck with your points, and it's not going to require a lot of calculating back and forth, and that's going to be looking at booking either hotels or flights through the American Express travel website. Now, generally speaking, you're going to be receiving about a 1 cent per point value, redemption value, through your flights and through your hotels. But I also want to talk about that you may potentially be able to use the transfer points and transfer points over to whatever hotel you're staying at and then book through that hotel with those points to receive the best value. Sometimes that happens. Oftentimes, like when I'm comparing in the Marriott points, they do transfer a 1-to-1 value. I found that the American Express travel actually gave me the better option than the Marriott transfer option. Now, that being said, with this transfer option, this is where you're going to see the best benefit and the best redemption value for your points. You need to be looking for the transfer options that are giving you that more than the 1-to-1 ratio of points. And oftentimes, if you are looking or you're looking diligently enough, sometimes they will allow you to transfer at a 40% increased transfer rate. And so you'll be receiving a 1 to a 1.5-ish, 1.4-ish points per value for transferring it. And if you're already going to be doing certain things like traveling or staying at these hotels, then that is going to be a great option to start saving your points. Generally speaking, you're going to be making anywhere from a 1 cent per point value all the way up to a 2.7 cent per point value, which in my opinion is a great return on your points. Now, I have seen deals that have been even better than this, but to be honest, you're going to have to do some digging and continuing checking up on the website to make sure that you are able to utilize and meet those requirements and find those deals and start utilizing them. And because of this, I do think that the American Express point system, it is a little bit less user-friendly, and it will require some time to get used to that. And because of that, you're going to have to utilize the specific cards that work best for you and your situation to get the most points redeemed per dollar, and then looking on the website to see which offers and deals are matching for you at the specific time. Now, once you do figure all that out, I do think it's a great option, and you do get some good value from this card, and it does rival a bunch of the other credit cards out there and point systems. Now, in the end, American Express does give you multiple different ways for you to utilize your points, but in the end, it's up to you to utilize them in the appropriate way to get the best return for your credit cards. I am going to continue to use this, as I do enjoy all the perks as well as the points that come along with them, and I have used them multiple times in my travels and will probably continue to do that in the future. If you got some good information with this video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, because it does make a big difference to us. If you want to learn a little bit more about American Express cards, there will be some links up above, as well as you can go and check out our channel and learn a little bit more about that. As always, we are here so that you can get to your first penny, to your first million. We'll see you next time.